The American Revolution, 13 colonies fighting for independence. Welcome back to TimeFrame, your go-to channel for exploring pivotal moments in history. Today, we're diving into one of the most significant events that shaped the United States, the American Revolution. This was a time when 13 colonies came together to fight for their independence from British rule. The story begins in the early 1700s. The 13 colonies, spread along the Atlantic coast, were thriving yet increasingly discontent with British governance. Many colonists felt that they were being treated unfairly, facing heavy taxes and strict laws without any representation in the British Parliament. The famous slogan, "No taxation without representation," became a rallying cry for those who believed they deserved a voice in how they were governed. Tensions escalated as the British imposed more regulations and taxes, like the Stamp Act and the Townshend Acts. Colonists responded with protests, boycotts, and even violent confrontations. One of the most notable events was the Boston Tea Party, where colonists disguised as Native Americans dumped an entire shipment of tea into Boston Harbor as a protest against the Tea Act. This act of defiance angered the British government, leading to even stricter measures, known as the Intolerable Acts. As grievances mounted, the colonies began to unite. In 1774, representatives from 12 of the 13 colonies gathered in Philadelphia for the First Continental Congress. They debated their next steps and decided to send a petition to King George III, asking for their rights to be recognized. Unfortunately, their pleas fell on deaf ears, and tensions continued to rise. The first shots of the revolution were fired in April of 1775 at Lexington and Concord. These battles marked the beginning of armed conflict between the colonies and British troops. The colonists, now calling themselves patriots, fought valiantly against what was considered one of the most powerful armies in the world. As the war progressed, the Continental Congress appointed George Washington as the commander of the Continental Army. Washington's leadership proved crucial as he inspired and rallied the troops, even during the toughest of times. Despite facing numerous challenges, including a lack of supplies and training, the Patriots managed to achieve significant victories, such as the surprise attack on Trenton after crossing the icy Delaware River. The turning point of the war came in 1777 with the Battle of Saratoga. This American victory convinced France to join the conflict as an ally to the colonies, providing much-needed support in terms of troops and resources. The French alliance dramatically shifted the balance of power in favor of the Patriots. The war continued for several years, marked by both victories and defeats. The harsh winter at Valley Forge tested the resolve of Washington's army, but they emerged stronger and more determined. By 1781, the tides had turned significantly. The British, led by General Cornwallis, found themselves cornered at Yorktown. With the help of French forces, Washington laid siege to Cornwallis, leading to his surrender. This pivotal moment essentially marked the end of major combat operations. The official conclusion of the war came with the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783. The treaty recognized the independence of the United States and established borders for the new nation. The sacrifices made by the colonists, including soldiers, families, and supporters, had finally paid off. The American Revolution was not just a fight for independence. It laid the groundwork for the democratic ideals that would shape the nation. Concepts of liberty, equality, and justice became the foundation for future governance. The revolution ignited a spirit of freedom that would inspire countless movements around the world. Thank you for watching this episode of TimeFrame. We hope you enjoyed learning about the American Revolution and the courageous fight for independence by the 13 colonies. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more fascinating historical content. See you next time.